The first ever Big Run has recently finished up, and in this video I'm going to discuss my thoughts on it. I had the opportunity to play well over 50 matches, so I have a lot to say. Let's get right into it. Starting right off with the map. At first, I didn't really like it that much, but as I played more and more games, it grew on me. This map is honestly fantastic. I would genuinely consider Wahoo World a better map than some of the actual Salmon Run maps. It has a really nice structure to it that just makes the gameplay feel right. I absolutely loved moving around on the map and crushing so many bosses. Another thing that I really enjoyed about Big Run was the fact that it was a mystery rotation. It really helped to keep things feeling fresh and chaotic every single round. Also, having a Grizzco weapon in rotation always makes things interesting. Speaking of the Grizzco weapon, the Grizzco Blaster was a perfect fit for this Big Run. It worked so well on Wahoo World and I loved using it. The Grizzco Blaster is a fantastic crowd controlling weapon, and it also helps to keep things covered in ink. Let me know if you want to see a full Grizzco Blaster review at some point. Speaking of reviews, why don't you review this video by leaving a like on it if you're enjoying it. Cut! Back to Big Run though, the bonus catalog XP was awesome. I love how they carried that bonus over from Splatfests. It can be quite tedious grinding catalog XP, and even a little bonus goes a long way. Another bonus that I greatly appreciated was the extra prize capsules received during Big Run. The prize capsules give lots of valuable resources, and it was really nice getting extras. I love opening up a ton of them at a time and seeing what I get. Speaking of seeing things, the lobby looked amazing. I loved the spooky vibes that it gave off during Big Run, and I look forward to seeing it again. The greatest side of all during Big Run, though, had to be the results. It was super fun checking them out and seeing where I placed. I like how they divided it up into sections, and depending on the section you got, you received a different reward. Also, the rewards were really sick. Finally, for the positives of Big Run, let's discuss the score system. I personally think it was a really smart decision by Nintendo to do it how they did. They could have done something like total golden eggs collected or individual high score, but they chose team high score. I think that this was a great move because it rewarded playing together as a team. In my opinion, any other system would have just created a more negative experience for Big Run. As for the negatives of Big Run, I can think of three big ones that stood out to me. The first one is the fact that there were no Executive VP badges for reaching the typical milestones. My guess for why they did this is the fact that Big Run will always take place on a different map, and they didn't want to oversaturate the badge. A simple way around this, though, would be having the Executive VP badges for Big Run be tied to Big Run as a whole instead of each individual map that it gets hosted on. The second negative I have is grillers. For some reason, most groups I played with really struggled with them on Wahoo World, and it was really frustrating. My two best guesses for why grillers were so annoying is A, the fact that people didn't know the map very well, and B, the random weapons received sometimes weren't the best for that wave. The final negative I have about the Big Run hosted on Wahoo World is the mothership waves. They just felt really clunky to me on this map, and I didn't really enjoy it. To make matters worse, I constantly was getting it, and I wish that wasn't the case. The last thing I want to bring up is the fact that they left out quite a few of the special waves. I found this to be very interesting, but I wouldn't necessarily consider it something good or bad. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my last video on Salmon Run. It's on the screen right now.